When my great grandfather Oscar Barnes was probably near 80 years old, around thereabouts, he built his own house in St. James, Missouri. Many times as I've passed by the exit for St. James, Missouri, I've wanted to pull off and see if I could find that house. I remember going into the house in the 70s and spending time there. Um, and it wasn't a large house, but it was cool. The idea of building your own house. I'm sure, knowing my great grandfather, he probably just did it all from his head. There was more than likely no architectural drawings built up, but it was a house that seemed to be quite sturdy. It would be great. I would imagine maybe some of you that are watching this video, some of you have done that. You have built your own house, and at one time in my life, I thought about that, about doing it. Who knows? Probably not. But it'd be quite an undertaking to build your own house. But as I was thinking this week about building, I was reminded about Psalm 127, verse 1, where it says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders build in vain. Unless the Lord watches over a city, the watchmen watch in vain." But unless the Lord builds the house. Now, I've run across some great builders in my time, and even right here around Auburn, Illinois, there's some amazing home contractors that they're fabulous. They know what they're doing. They know all the ins and outs of things that need to be done to have a good foundation for your house, and they know how to, and with great skill they make sure everything is square, and they are innovative, and they take great pains to make sure that things are done correctly, so that 30, 40, maybe even 50 years from now, the house that they built is still standing. And so I'm thankful. I'm thankful for builders, and I've helped on building projects before, putting up walls or drywall or things like that, and it's great. It's fun. But you better know what you're doing when you're building a home. You better have a good idea, not only of the local building codes, but not just to be in alignment with them, but you want your house, you don't want to spend all that time and money and then have your house fall apart or cracks appear. You want to do a good job. You want to have the right contractor if you're having someone else build it for you. But when it comes to building your life, we're talking about this week, you need to find the right contractor. The person that knows best what they're doing when it comes to building a life, building a family, having a firm foundation. And there's, like that verse says, unless the Lord builds a house, the builders build in vain. Unless the Lord is building your house, and you are depending upon Him for your personal salvation, but also for your family and for your job and for your career, everything about, if the Lord is not guiding and directing and building your life, you're doing it in vain. You need to have Him building, because if not, it's in vain. Why? Because there's no one that cares about the building of your life, your home, your very house, for that matter, but the building of your life. There's no one more that cares more than the Lord himself, because he loves you. He wants you to have the very best kind of life. And I love you. I'll talk to you later.